Welcome to Laptop Dojo, where the strikes come from the fist, not from the copyright. I'm your host Shifu Pain, and today we're going to be looking at stances from Kung Fu. These foundational stances are much like the foundations of a house. You really want to make sure they're nice and sturdy and strong before you build onto them, otherwise the whole thing's just going to collapse under you and you're just going to be left with a great big mess. With that, we start off with horse stance. Take it away, Demo Me!
So we're going to start off at attention, where the feet are shoulder width apart, or rather where they line up with the shoulders. And there is a slight bend in the knees, having the fists at the hips and tensing up the arms. Now you're going to pivot the feet out 4 times so that the feet are pointing straight out. Next, bring yourself down into a squat with your back straight, knees pointing out and your weight distributed evenly between both sides. This is definitely a sturdy stance, and as such you need to be rooted when practicing it. For today's exercise, hold the stance for about 30 seconds. Next up is the bow stance. First of all, we start with the feet at the same distance as the horse stance, except instead of going into a squat, bend your front leg forward and have your foot pointing in the same direction. You're going to want to arc the leg forwards until it is at roughly a 90-degree angle, with the back leg being straight. A majority of the weight should be on the front leg. After this, we come to the reverse bow stance. So still in your bow stance, reverse the stance so that the back leg is arched, while the front leg is straight. The bent leg should again be at a 90-degree angle, and the majority of the weight should be on the back leg. It's common to switch from the reverse to the regular bow stance to build up momentum when striking, so go ahead and practice this motion a couple of times now. Now we come to the cat stance. Cat stance begins in attention. From there, bring your dominant leg forward by 1 step. Now bring up the front leg so that you're on your tiptoes and distribute your weight onto your back leg. This stance affords the ability to quickly move the front leg and either evade an attack or go into an attack of your own. Here's where we reach the crane stance. Back in cat stance, bring up the front leg so that you're standing on one leg. If you want to, hold out your arms for balance. This stance again affords going straight into an attack or kick, but I would recommend moving quickly as being on one leg is quite a vulnerable position to be in. And finally, turn stance. Start off turn stance again in attention with your dominant leg. Bring it around the back leg so that they're crisscrossing. Next up, bring yourself down so that it looks like you're cross-legged, but standing rather than sitting. Weight should ideally be distributed between both legs.
I also recommend trying to hold the stances for as long as possible, even timing yourself to just try and challenge yourself. With that, we come to a close for the foundational stances. There are more stances that we are going to go through in other times. However, next week we're going to look at striking form. I also offer you all the option to DM me if you want any tips or any notes on your progress, on your practicing of these stances as well as any other future lessons that we go through here on the channel. Until then, I offer you all the challenge to try and hold your horse stance for as long as possible and time yourself. Trust me, it may sound easy, but it ain't. Until then, I'm Shifu Pain, and this has been Laptop Dojo.